Warning: this video contains full spoilers about my VR chat world Andromeda. If you have not explored Andromeda yet, we recommend to click away now. Hello, my name is Stefan, aka Stefan VR. This video's purpose is to explain what happened to Mac and Cat's worlds and how Andromeda came to be, explaining the story and lore of Verhack and Andromeda, and to go through the secrets of Andromeda. Please note, I am not trying to shed bad light on Mac and Cat. I am simply explaining what happened, so please do not spread hatred towards Mac and Cat. I respect him and his decision to delete his VR chat content. Mac and Cat deleted his VR chat content on July 31st, 2021. This included his worlds Verhack and Train, as well as his public avatars. He would go on to say that he hated them, calling them trash and cringe. We tried to explain to him that this is not the way we saw it. We loved his creations and we wanted them to stay. I, Stefan VR, offered to Mac and Cat to become the caretaker of Verhack and the Train. I was not going to change anything about the worlds, I was just going to keep them functioning. However, Mac and Cat insisted on deleting his VR chat content. After Mac and Cat deleted his content, me and my friends came together to start the Verhack remake project, giving it the name Andromeda. We reached out to Mac and Cat about the Andromeda project. Mac and Cat then stated that he does not care. He did not tell us that we could not recreate it, he simply does not care. Mac and Cat did say that he was going to recreate Verhack as a New Year's update to the world. However, this never happened. As of the making of this video, Mac and Cat has not returned to VR chat, and his content remains gone. On August 5th, 2021, the Andromeda project had officially begun. We wanted to recreate Verhack, but on a bigger scale. More rooms, more detail, and more lore. I then began to write the story of Andromeda. We wanted to continue Verhack's legacy, so the story would pick up off Verhack's story. Here we will start with talking about the caretakers of the Andromeda starship. Its caretakers being Mona, Faye, and Matsuragi. Mona, Faye, and Matsuragi are goddesses of light. They were once human. It was Mona's wish that before she died, she wanted to be reborn into a goddess of light, using the ancient energy of crystals inside of a cave she had discovered on an unknown planet. These crystals allow her to harness the power of light energy and make her immortal. At the end of her human life, Mona harnesses the energy of the crystals to create the body that she would reborn herself into. After creating her new body, Mona is reborn into this new body. This makes Mona the goddess of light she wanted to be, giving her the ability to harness light energy and immortality. 17 years later, she used her powers to reborn her sister Faye, who had been dying from a rare disease of which there was no cure for, rebirthing her into a goddess of light like herself. Since Mona and Faye shared a genetic bond as humans, they still share the same bond as goddesses of light. Mona creates a crystal necklace and ties it around Faye's neck. This creates a bond between Faye and the necklace using the genetic bond that Mona and Faye share. This allows Mona to share her powers to her sister Faye. Mona and Faye then went back in time to save their friend Matsuragi. Back in the home timeline, after recovering their friend's body, Mona and Faye used their powers to reborn Matsuragi. They were successful in bringing Matsuragi back to life, rebirthing her into a goddess of light. However, Matsuragi does not have any of the abilities that Mona and Faye have. The reason that Matsuragi does not have any of the powers Mona and Faye have is because she does not share a genetic bond with either of them. Her only abilities is immortality and the ability to speak in any voice. Mona has the ability to appear in spirit form. She sometimes appears in this form at Andromeda and in her home realm. She can also travel through black holes that she can create using her powers. These black holes work like portals for her, that can take her to other places in the universe, such as the Milky Way, or even to other timelines past or future. Mona is capable of dual-wielding light swords and firing focused light energy in the form of lasers out of her hands. Her only intentions with these powers are self-defense. She will only use her powers to protect herself her sister, the Andromeda starship, and their friends. She is also capable of using her energy to heal herself and others. Mona is capable of deploying her wings and flying with them. She can travel faster than the speed of light. She can also create a shield around her to protect herself, her sister, and others. Mona and Fae are goddesses of light. They can express their emotions through color, particles, and light. Blue is normal, red is anger, and white is sadness. Because Mona and Fae were sisters as humans, they share a bond with each other, even as light goddesses. This bond gives Fae some of Mona's powers and allows Mona and Fae to communicate with each other no matter where they are in the universe. Because of this, Fae is the assistant caretaker of Andromeda and lives on the ship. Fae always stays behind and cares for Andromeda while Mona is not on board. Mona lives in her home realm but is always talking to Fae using their bond between them. Mona visits Andromeda frequently, sometimes in spirit form. Sela was the creator and caretaker of Verhack. Sela at some point while being for the caretaker of Verhack went rogue, setting the main computer to allow the main power reactor to go critical and detonate a few days before Verhack's destruction. Sela disappeared without a trace. On July 31st, 2751, Verhack's main power reactor started to go critical. Light Goddess Mona quickly took notice of Verhack's quickly deteriorating condition. Discovering that the reactor was set to detonate by Sela, realizing that she had gone rogue, explaining her disappearance. Mona realized the station needed to be evacuated immediately. Mona quickly alerted Fae, Liptica, and Reliptica. As they began their escape, parts of the station began to detonate. Mona deployed her wings and generated a gravity shield to carry Fae, Liptica, and Reliptica along with her inside of the shield. As Mona took flight and began flying away from the station, Verhack's reactor detonated, destroying the entire station. Shortly after their escape, Mona sent out a distress beacon. Matsuragi had been out on a scouting mission searching for Sela at the time of Verhack's destruction. Matsuragi is alerted to the beacon and returns to Mona and Fae along with the other survivors. Mona, having just lost her home, travels into deep space, bringing Fae, Matsuragi, and the other survivors with her. Arriving somewhere in deep space, Mona releases a massive amount of light energy to create a realm. She would call this realm her new home. It's here where Mona, Fae, Matsuragi, Liptica, and Reliptica lived until a new plan could be made. After going through these events, Mona was depleted of her light energy. Mona flies up to the floating center platform to prepare for hibernation. Before entering hibernation, Mona uses her remaining power to open a black hole at the top of the realm. This black hole would act as an exit for the realm. After this, Mona disappears into a floating ball of light with particles swarming around it and floats above the platform. After being in hibernation for a month, Mona awakens, triggering the awakening event in her realm. The floating ball of light hovers down to the floating center platform and explodes in a blinding flash that lasts for several seconds. After this, Mona is seen lying on the platform. As she begins to stand up, she recovers her light energy and powers. She was more powerful than ever. Following these events, Mona, Fae, and Matsuragi travel outside of the realm to Verhack's debris field to salvage what they could find. They find lost coins, data tapes, pictures, and other objects. They bring these back to the realm where Mona creates a memorial. After creating the memorial, Mona, Fae, and Matsuragi decided that they needed to create a new station because they all needed a new home. They decided to call it Andromeda, but instead of it being a station, they would create a starship. They start constructing the station, taking materials from other planets and using some parts from Verhack. It takes them 5 years to build Andromeda. Mona powers the station using ancient energy from crystals found in the same crystal cave on the planet that she was born in. When it was completed, they launch and fly the starship towards the black hole at the top of the realm. As they approach the black hole, Mona uses her powers to allow the starship to pass through the black hole. They exit out of another black hole that opens inside of a large nebula far from the Milky Way. After arrival in the nebula, they warp Andromeda to NGC 292, located outside of the Milky Way with the solar system 249,500 light years away. After placing Andromeda in a parking orbit, Mona returns to her home realm using the portal in the transporter room.
Hello, everybody. I'm will be your host for this portion of the video, and first, I want to say thank you to Steven,
Greetings. Welcome to
Ste- yeah,
Andromeda.
Steven,
My name is Faye.
for letting me
I'm
be
the
part of this
assistant
video,
caretaker
making
for
this video
starship.
for
I hope you
all of
enjoy your stay
you
here.
out
If
there,
you have any
seeing this
questions,
and
meet me anytime.
finding all the secret tablets hidden within Andromeda, as you see in the back here. Right now, we're in the little top part,
Until next time.
but you can pretty much like get to it yourself. It's not really that difficult to reach this place or this part of the ship. But without that, we're going to be going over the 2 main hidden quests plus the 25 hidden tablets with the decryption messages. Whenever each one is shown, each one will be shown for approximately 5 to 8 seconds, more or less. So if you need to read it, I would suggest pausing it when the message appears. And my headset I would suggest pausing it for when the message appears, so you can have a time to like read it, and some hidden Easter eggs and from prior worlds, if you know what they are, and probably by seeing them. But we'll get to that eventually. First things first is going over the 2 main quests, which is 1 to trigger the AI in the laboratory, and 2 for accessing the world with. Well, to activate the AI, you would first have to talk to Liptica and the bar, as you can see. She will then, when she gives you the quote text of some AI or what happened to Verhack, that will be your cue for triggering the AI in the laboratory. She will then give you a tablet, as you see on the screen right now, which then you will have to take to the laboratory to trigger said AI. Because if you first go there will be nothing. And I literally figured this out like later myself, and probably kind of making this video at the same time. The AI has this funny code, so I would suggest like looking at it yourself. But as soon as you trigger that, you would then want to go to Mona after to trigger the second part of the hidden quest, to also trigger another hidden tablet that's in the world. As you can see right now on the screen, there will be like another extra quest after you talk to Liptic on the bar. Because if you first talk to them, that little hidden dialogue won't be available for you. So you would have to first talk to Liptic at the bar, and then you can talk to Mona here to access said part of dialogue to unlock the hidden tablet to access Mona's homeworld. But of course, she won't give it to you, because you would have to literally find it, which is why the next part would be where it comes in the place of finding hidden tablets. For this next part, the hidden tablets will be separated into sections. The first one being closest to spawn, which from the last few would be the ones you have to find outside here in space. Yes, going outside the ship here is accessible, but when we get to that, eventually you'll see how to find them. Of course, not all will be shown on screen, or a couple won't be able to show on the screen because there's a lot of it being decrypted. That, and it's better to find them yourself in the way. I mean, cause we'll get to it eventually. Without any further ado, we'll first start with the one that's closest to spawn. I won't be going by all names, but mostly just like by locations to whatnot. First one will be close to spawn, which you will then, excuse me, The first one will be closest one, which reverse you will literally go to like one of the couches as you see on the screen below right now. And it'll be just behind the couch entirely, nothing too serious. I will literally I will literally have the video playing the decrypted message it has, plus a picture of the code, so you can like see for yourself, as to shown on screen right now. It will only play for 5 seconds, so if you need to pause it, go ahead and pause. After you get that first tablet, you then would want to go to the biosphere, which by entering, you would want to go to your left, which behind another couch, as you see on screen, would be another hidden tablet, but it's a little bit inaccessible to desktop players, which I do apologize in advance. But we will be putting the code in the screen right now with the decrypted message as well. I couldn't have done that one. The next one you would want would be the one in the laboratory, as you see on screen. It's hidden behind one of the little pillars things. So it's not really that one. That one's not really a difficult one to find. You should be able to find it yourself. But as usual, translate the message on the screen for 5 seconds or more, so you can have time to pause and read it. But once you get that one, the next one you would want to go to would be the one in the shrine, which you would have Faye and Mona there also as well. I would suggest like listening to some of the dialogue they have, because they're all very interesting. I do say so myself. I will also be like going a little like silent for the message to go on screen. And then after you get the one in the shrine, the next one after that would be in the gaming room, more or less, recreation room, which should be towards your left, just on the back shelf, just sitting there. And once again, the decrypted message with the code on this next side. Some of these are actually really good, if I do say so myself. After that one, you would then be going to... Where is this? Oh, the bedroom. Yes. The bedroom is another tablet that I'm afraid is not very accessible to desktop players, and I do apologize again. But it's behind one of the couches on the right side. And it's only more accessible to VR players, but translated message will be also already on screen for any one of you who's just couldn't really access it. So the next one would be in the drawing room, which would be rather towards one of the top board shelves. So the only way to get some of these is a flying avatar, and as you can see, I kind of use my Paimon flying avatar to kind of like reach set location, or even a big avatar would also help. After that, you would then want to go to the bridge, which would be the next area that's closest to spawn. The bridge towards your left should be the hidden tablet should be behind one of these little controls things. I'm not really good with names, but your hidden tablet would be right there, and as on screen, translate the message and everything. There's also another small secret thing. If you listen to towards your left and right, there's these little hidden signals, which on screen, as you saw, will have the decrypted message of the hidden signals, as you see. But you could also search up the songs yourself. They're kind of like music tones, so. And I thought they were nice. That was a pretty cool thing. The next room that's closest to spawn is the med bay, and as you saw, the tablet is hidden behind one of the pillars. Mostly when you enter towards your front right. Decrypted message on screen now. And then after that, there's going to be 2 tablets in the bar. The first one being behind Liptica, towards the back shelf, almost at the top, not all top as you see on the screen. It's just sitting behind one of the boxes thing. It's a little difficult to reach, but oh shit. It'll be a little bit difficult to reach, but once you reach it, you should be at ease. And like you saw, the decrypted message will be on screen. And then the next one would be on the couch towards your left side when entering. That one was kind of like long, so I would really recommend pausing for some of those. So there's also like another hidden like artifacts thing in the bar, and also a tablet that gives some information of Leptica. But as you can see on screen right now, there's a coin and the little tapes from Verhack. It's a little hidden, somewhat cool Easter egg for those of you who have actually been in Verhack before in the past, which sadly it's not really around at the moment. Not making of this video, but you know. The next room would be going to is the core room. Do know a little heads up though before you enter. That room will definitely make you lag because of all the particles in it. So I do recommend waiting as you enter it. Decrypt the message on screen. But yeah, that would be your next tablet. The next one after that would be the one in the there's two in the garden. My bad.
Hey, welcome to the garden.
that's one of my characters right there. But there's next two, it will be in the garden, which as you enter towards your right side on the back behind the couch would be your next hidden tablet with the decrypted message on screen. This one is a little long, so I would definitely pause. And then the next one is towards your left on the very top, which to reach it you would either need a big avatar or a flying model that does that. But yeah, those would be your garden tablets, and I forgot to mention they were in the back area already taken care of the other ones. Now this next one is actually a very tricky one. As you can see on screen right now, I am drawing pretty much a red line to where the transition to said other area happens. So, and the tablet is across that line. So in order to get it, you had to be ready and know where you're aiming, and then just yoink that tablet away. As you can see right now, it's kind of like right there across that line. So you have to be quick. You have to be quick and just grab that tablet as soon as you're transitioning, because you will only have at least 1 to 2 seconds mid-transition to grab said tablet. I was able to grab it there, as you can see. So it's possible. If it's possible on desktop, it's possible in VR. The next area which would be where we were going would be where all the ships are. In there would be 2 hidden tablets, one towards the very back on the top, and one under the ship. Now this one is a very important one, as you will see in a bit.
Gregory, do you see the small vent on the floor? Have you ever heard of Among Us, Gregory?
Very important. Now, this next one is under the ship towards the very back, as you can see right now on screen. There would be the translated message. Oh god, I couldn't do that Among Us. I'm sorry. It's dumb. After you get those two, your next area to get the tablets would be space. Now, as you can see on screen, there's one hidden tablet. I don't actually remember where from here, but it's literally on the abyssal space part. It takes a moment to reach, but as you can see on screen, it's very vague to spot said tablet, but it's kind of far. Now, as you saw that, I kind of like went flying past it, but it's out there. I think it actually might be towards that direction, if I don't remember. I'm not 100% sure where it is, but I would recommend getting that one yourself because it actually has lore in it, and it's not in decrypted code, so that one wasn't shown on screen to what it was. Now, this next one was under the ship, if I remember, and on screen now is pretty much what it has, which was kind of big, which is why it showed the tablet code first, and then the decryption itself. And now this one, I'm sorry, that one was pretty much what you saw, but mostly a different version of the original. Now this next one is towards the, I think it was towards the propeller part of the ship. The easy way to spot it is through the pole on the outside, so you know where it is, and under it would be your next hidden tablet. Of course, there's the other one that's nearby, as you see on screen. I'm going like below the part of where I found that first one. To find the first one, you can just go by set pillar point and kind of go from there. As you can see on screen, the next one is pretty much just under it. Not too far, not too close. But this next one is really long, so do pause if you want to read it. It's separated into two parts, so we didn't put the code for this one because it was that long. Now this next one is towards the propellers of the ship. So I would suggest being careful of getting that one, but as you can see on screen, we have the very important decryption one, if I do say so myself. And now this next one is on the side of the ship, which was pretty much the opposite side of the first one that you saw with the troll face on it. Now this one is just pretty much on the opposite side, as you see on screen. It's it's what you saw. But yeah, one tablet is on one side of the ship, on the outside, and the other one's on the other side of the ship in space. But as soon as you get that one, you pretty much have gotten all the tablets except for one, which, as you see on screen, it's towards the docks, or the cargo area, which if you climb towards the top, you will see more artifacts from Verhack, and also the radio. Which does work, by the way. I thought that was a really cool thing, honestly. I do miss Verhack myself. But we have like artifacts from Verhack, the radio, a coin, and another picture, and the last tablet that was triggered when you spoke to Mona. So when you forget that tablet, you would want to take it back to your transporter. And then you pretty much would have to activate the teleporter first, or transporter, and then pretty much put the tablet nearby it to activate or access said destination. Once you do that, you will be able to go to Mona's homeworld, which would be this next part of when entering said homeworld. Do note that as soon as you enter it, you will be greeted by a flash in your face. So I would suggest closing your eyes if you're sensitive to flashing lights or just brightness in general for a good 10 seconds, just to be sure. But as soon as you spawn there, or made it this far, you will have access to Mona's world, and you'll see Mona towards the center right there. So as soon as you make your way there, she will literally tell you to go towards the center and just pretty much jump up. You will literally make your way direction up to the platform that's above said spot, as you see on screen. And then the next part would be pretty much a waiting game, if I do say so myself. But once you wait the whole waiting game part, it would be actually kind of worth it, because you would have access to. You'll be taken to another area that you wouldn't be able to access when you go back to spawn. You want to be able to access it once. And if you want to access it again, you would have to probably do the whole jazz of accessing that world again, if you want to access this area. So if you go to that said area, as you saw there, I kind of messed up my little jumping, got thrown off. So yeah, as you jump up, you would want to aim towards the open spots around and not stay in the center, because you will be then thrown off, as you saw, which you will probably pay attention. And then this next part, she will be telling you to wait here. I'll be taking you to said other location. Which then, this next part, I put it at 500% speed and also cut it because it is a waiting game on that part. But as soon as you wait it out, you will be taken to said other spot with your first tablet on this world, which I forgot to mention there are 5 hidden tablets. The first one would be the one in said area. Decryption on the screen right now. Now for these ones I won't show the code because they're more easily accessible than the other ones. And then you would only be missing 4 tablets, which are basically the 4 pillars that you see on the distance. They're close by, and each one has a different kind of code. And as you saw on screen, I was only able to access it through a flying avatar, but the world has been fixed to kind of reach said spot from the center to said pillar. So do not worry, that is been taken care of. And as you saw on the screen, we are pretty much in the 3rd tablet with set code on screen. Each one will have literally a different thing. As you can see on this one has a hologram of Andromeda, which is pretty cool if you ask me. I mean, I liked it, so. But decryption on screen now. This one will be playing a little longer than the other usual. And then the other one will have a player name list of people in the world. So it will have your other and final tablet on screen. I didn't count these ones because there's only 5, so it's pretty much easy to kind of follow along them. But as you get to that last one, or get all 4 tablets on the 4 pillars in Mona's world, you have successfully found and followed through this part of the video in finding all tablets. And all I could say is congratulations. I do recommend reading each single one, as they do explain backstory towards Andromeda and our characters that are here in this map. But without any further ado, that would be pretty much my part on this video, and I would thank all of you for watching this far, and have a good one.